Beloved people, listen to me carefully. We are standing at the doorway of a new season. A new year does not change a man, but a changed man changes his year. Many people are shouting, 2026, but heaven is asking a simple question. Who are you becoming? Because the year will not respond to your noise, it will respond to your nature. This is why I say to you today, with all the love and truth in my heart, nobody cares. Focus on yourself. Look around you. When you are rising, people clap. When you are falling, people watch. When you succeed, they celebrate you. When you fail, they analyze you. This is the world we live in. It is not evil, it is reality. Many are disappointed because they expected sympathy from a world that survives on self-interest. You are broken because you thought people would carry you when you became tired. You are frustrated because you believed applause would continue forever. But listen, people are busy carrying their own burdens. Nobody cares the way you think they do. And this is not a curse. It is a call to maturity. A mature believer does not depend on the opinions of men to define his direction. If your joy rises and falls with people's reactions, then your life is in their hands. If your confidence depends on likes, comments, praise, and validation, then you are not free. The moment people stop clapping, you stop moving. That is bondage. But God did not call you to live by public opinion. He called you to live by divine purpose. Focus on yourself. This does not mean selfishness. It means responsibility. It means understanding that the greatest project of 2026 is not the world, not your enemies, not even your critics. The greatest project is you. Many are praying for change while refusing to change. Many are fasting for breakthrough while feeding the same habits that keep them bound. You want a new year, but you are carrying an old mind, old attitude, old bitterness, old excuses. Hear me well, excuses delay destiny. As long as you blame people, you empower them. As long as you blame your past, you remain married to it. Some of you are still explaining 2016, 2018, 2020. Years have passed, but your heart is still there. You cannot enter 2026 fully if your soul is living in yesterday. Focus on yourself. Ask yourself hard questions. Where am I wrong? What must I unlearn? What must I surrender? What must I stop pretending not to see? People of God, silence is a great teacher. When nobody calls you, learn. When nobody checks on you, grow. When nobody notices you, build. When nobody celebrates you, prepare. Because preparation happens in obscurity. The greatest transformations do not happen on stages. They happen in secret places. Joseph was not announced in the prison, but destiny was being shaped. David was not applauded in the field, but kingship was being prepared. Some of you are angry because people did not support you. But ask yourself, were you ready for their support? If they had supported you, would you have survived success? God sometimes withholds people to protect you from pride, distraction, and premature exposure. Not every delay is denial. Some delays are divine protection. Focus on yourself. Work on your character. Talent will open doors, but character will keep them open. In 2026, many will rise quickly and fall suddenly because they invested in visibility, but neglected integrity. What you hide today will embarrass you tomorrow. What you excuse now will accuse you later. God is more interested in who you are becoming than what you are achieving. Stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Silence confuses the enemy. Not every attack deserves a response. Not every insult requires defense. When Jesus was accused, he kept quiet not because he was weak, but because he was focused. When you know where you are going, you don't argue with noise. You conserve energy for purpose. Some of you are emotionally exhausted because you are everywhere except where you should be inside your own life. You know everybody's problems, everybody's opinions, everybody's drama, but you have ignored your own soul. You are spiritually dry because you are distracted. Focus on yourself. Protect your peace. Guard your heart. Choose what you allow into your mind. Not every conversation deserves your attention. Not every relationship deserves access to you. In 2026, discipline will separate achievers from dreamers. Prayer without discipline is noise. Fasting without obedience is hunger. Faith without action is dead. You want God to move, but God is waiting for you to move. Take responsibility for your growth. Read when others sleep. Pray when others complain. Improve when others criticize. Invest when others waste. Let me tell you the truth that many don't want to hear people respect results, not excuses. They listen when they see fruit. They believe when they see consistency. So instead of begging for attention, build substance. Instead of demanding respect, earn credibility. Instead of waiting for motivation, choose discipline. Focus on yourself emotionally. Heal. Not everyone who hurt you will apologize. Some will move on as if nothing happened. If you wait for closure from people, you may wait forever. Closure is a decision, not an event. Forgiveness is not saying what they did was right. It is saying you will not let what they did control your future. Carrying bitterness into 2026 is like drinking poison and expecting your enemy to die. Focus on yourself spiritually. Strengthen your relationship with God. A weak spiritual life produces a noisy emotional life. When your spirit is strong, storms don't shake you easily. When your prayer life is shallow, small problems look like mountains. Seek God not for what He can give you, but for who He is shaping you to be. Focus on yourself mentally. Change the way you think. Your life moves in the direction of your dominant thoughts. If you think like a victim, you will live like one. If you think like a conqueror, you will rise even when circumstances resist you. Stop rehearsing failure. Stop predicting disaster. Stop speaking defeat over your own future. People of God, nobody cares the way you imagine. And that is why you must care deeply about your own calling, your own growth, your own discipline. This year is not about impressing people. It is about aligning with purpose. It is not about proving them wrong. It is about proving yourself faithful. There will be moments in 2026 when you feel alone. Do not panic. Loneliness is not abandonment. Sometimes it is divine isolation. God separates you to elevate you. He removes noise so you can hear direction. He removes distractions so you can see clearly. So I say to you today, rise with wisdom. Walk with focus. Live with intention. Let 2026 be the year you stop waiting for validation and start walking in conviction. Let it be the year you stop watching others and start working on yourself. Because when you change, your environment must respond. Remember this, the year does not defeat people. People defeat themselves. Do not be your own enemy. Discipline your appetite. Control your tongue. Guard your time. Manage your emotions. Strengthen your faith. Nobody cares. Focus on yourself. And when you do, you will discover that God has been watching all along, preparing you, shaping you, strengthening you for a season greater than you imagined. Listen to me carefully. A focused life is a dangerous life to noise. When a man knows where he is going, voices lose their power. Opinions become background sound. Distractions lose their grip. Many people are not tired because life is hard. They are tired because they are unfocused. Their energy is scattered. Their attention is divided. Their hearts are pulled in many directions at the same time. This is why noise controls them. Where focus is weak, noise is loud. A focused life outgrows noisy opinions because focus gives direction and direction gives peace. When you don't know who you are, every voice sounds important. When you don't know your assignment, every opinion feels like instruction. But when purpose is clear, criticism becomes irrelevant and praise becomes secondary. You stop living for reactions and start living by conviction. Many are emotionally exhausted because they are living their lives on the stage of public approval. They wake up wondering what people will say. They speak carefully, not because of wisdom, but because of fear. They act, dress, talk, and even pray based on how it will look, not on what is right. This is a life ruled by noise. Noise does not always come from enemies. Sometimes it comes from admirers. Praise can be as distracting as criticism. Both can pull you away from your assignment if you are not focused. A focused life understands that not every voice deserves attention. Wisdom is not in hearing everything. Wisdom is in knowing what to ignore. Jesus heard many voices, but he responded only to the Father. That is focus. When you listen to everyone, you lose yourself. When you try to please everyone, you disappoint your destiny. Focus is saying no to good things so you can say yes to the right thing. Noisy opinions are powerful only when you are unsure of your foundation. If your identity is fragile, words will shake you. If your confidence is borrowed from people, people can withdraw it. But when your life is anchored in purpose, opinions lose weight. You may hear them, but they do not control you. You may notice them, but they do not define you. Many people confuse activity with progress. They are busy, but they are not focused. They respond to every message, every trend, every argument, every rumor. Their mind is always active, but their life is stagnant. Focused lives are selective. They invest their time where it matters. They conserve their emotional energy. They do not attend every battle because not every battle is theirs. Noise feeds on reaction. The more you react, the louder it becomes. Focus starves noise. When you refuse to react, noise dies naturally. Some of you are fighting voices that would disappear if you stopped feeding them with attention. Not every lie needs correction. Not every accusation needs defense. Your consistency will answer questions your mouth cannot. A focused life is built in private before it is seen in public. This is why noisy opinions often come from people who did not see your process. They see the result, but not the discipline. They see the progress, but not the pain. They judge from the outside because they were not present in the secret place. If you allow such opinions to shape you, you will sabotage what God is building in you. Focus requires discipline of the mind. You must train your thoughts. Your mind is not a playground. It is a battlefield. Whatever you allow to settle, they will influence your direction. When you allow every opinion to enter your mind, confusion becomes normal. Peace lives quietly. Focus means deciding what thoughts deserve space and which ones must be rejected immediately. A focused life is not a loud life. It does not announce every move. It does not explain every decision. It does not seek constant validation. It moves quietly, confidently, steadily. Noise thrives on attention. Focus thrives on consistency. While others are talking, the focused person is building. While others are arguing, the focused person is learning. While others are watching, the focused person is becoming. Many people want success, but few want the silence that success is born from. Focus demands periods of isolation. Not isolation from love, but isolation from distraction. There are seasons when you must step back from opinions to hear direction clearly. God rarely shouts. He speaks to the attentive heart. If your life is filled with noise, you will miss divine instruction. Noisy opinions often come when you are about to grow. Resistance is a sign of movement. When you stay small, nobody talks. When you begin to rise, voices multiply. Some criticize, some advise, some warn, some mock. If you mistake noise for guidance, you will stop moving. But if you remain focused, you will outgrow the noise naturally. A focused life understands timing. It knows when to speak and when to stay silent. Silence is not weakness. Silence is control. When you respond emotionally, you reveal insecurity. When you remain calm, you demonstrate strength. Noise wants reaction. Focus gives restraint. People who are focused do not argue about their value. They express it through results. They do not defend their calling. They walk in it. They do not beg for understanding. They trust time and consistency to speak for them. This is why focused lives eventually outgrow noisy opinions. Noise is temporary, fruit is permanent. Many are distracted by comparison. They measure their journey against others and lose focus. Comparison is a noisy thief. It steals gratitude, joy, and direction. A focused life runs its own race. It understands that different callings have different timelines. What looks like delay may be preparation. What looks like speed may be danger. Focus protects you from copying paths that are not yours. When you are focused, you stop explaining yourself to people who are committed to misunderstanding you. Explanation is often an attempt to gain approval. Focused lives are approved by purpose, not by opinion. You cannot convince everyone, and you are not called to. The need to be understood by all is a distraction from being obedient to God. Noise often disguises itself as concern. People will say they are advising you, warning you, helping you. But not every voice that sounds caring carries wisdom. Some speak from fear. Some speak from jealousy. Some speak from their own limitations. A focused life discerns voices. It listens carefully but decides independently. Focus brings emotional stability. When opinions control you, your emotions are unstable. Praise lifts you too high. Criticism brings you too low. But when you are focused, you remain steady. You are not easily moved. You understand that opinions change, but purpose remains. Stability is a sign of maturity. A focused life values progress over applause. It prefers growth over attention. It understands that clapping does not equal calling. Many people chase visibility and lose direction. Focused lives may be unseen for a season, but they are deeply rooted. And when the time comes, they rise with strength, not with noise. Noise is impatient. Focus is patient. Noise wants instant results. Focus is willing to wait. Noise rushes. Focus prepares. What is rushed is often shallow. What is prepared is strong. A focused life is not pressured by timelines set by people. It moves according to divine timing. When focus is strong, temptation loses power. Distraction weakens discipline. Focus strengthens self-control. Many fall not because they are evil, but because they are unfocused. Their attention is everywhere, so their strength is nowhere. A focused life channels energy in one direction, producing depth, consistency, and impact. Noisy opinions often attack what they do not understand. Vision always looks strange before it looks successful. If you expect universal understanding, you will abandon unique assignments. Focus allows you to continue even when you are misunderstood. A focused life grows quietly until noise can no longer reach it. At a certain level, opinions cannot touch you. Not because people stop talking, but because you have grown beyond their influence. Maturity is when opinions inform you, but do not form you. This is why I tell you, protect your focus like your life depends on it, because it does. Guard your time. Guard your thoughts. Guard your associations. Not everyone who has access to you deserves influence over you. Focused lives choose carefully. When focus is clear, direction becomes simple. Decisions become easier. You stop overthinking. You stop doubting every step. Confidence grows naturally, not arrogance, but quiet assurance. You move with calm strength. Noise is attracted to emptiness. Focus fills your life with purpose. A life full of purpose has no space for unnecessary voices. When your days are intentional, distractions struggle to survive. Focused lives outgrow noisy opinions because growth creates distance. Not distance of pride, but distance of maturity. What once disturbed you no longer reaches you. What once offended you no longer matters. What once confused you now looks small. Focus does not mean you will never hear opinions. It means opinions will no longer decide your direction. You may hear them, but you will not live by them. You may consider them, but you will not be controlled by them. A focused life is not a perfect life. It still faces challenges, criticism, misunderstanding, but it remains anchored. It does not drift. It does not panic. It does not react unnecessarily. This is the power of focus. It silences noise without confrontation. It answers critics without words. It proves doubters wrong without argument. It keeps you moving when others are talking. When you focus, you grow. When you grow, you rise. When you rise, noise fades naturally.